Hello, everyone. I am Sean, and welcome once again to my Horror Corner. As always, thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. And to the subscribers, thank you all. We finally got up over 100. I think I'm at like 104 now. So thank you all so much. I really
Yay.
do appreciate that. That means a lot to me. So thank you all for subscribing and following me along. If you've watched the last couple of videos, you know I've been highly medicated. I'm still highly medicated. That explains my hair looking like shit and so many other things that are going on. But I'm making it, and super excited to have some of my friends back with me, Brendan and Sam from Our Life in Horror. Hey guys.
Hey,
Hi.
congrats on 100.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really, you and Robbie and Kaylee, y'all are always sharing my stuff and encouraging people. So I don't think I would have got there this soon without you guys' help. So I really do appreciate all the support and the sharing and the encouraging people. I appreciate
Of
that.
course, you're doing all the hard
Yeah.
work though, so
Yeah, your
Oh,
videos are awesome.
I don't know that it's hard work. It's actually fun still. I'm enjoying it. And it's even more fun when you're medicated. So yeah, all is well right now.
life's good.
It is. It's pretty good at the moment. We are going to be talking today about Victor Crowley. We have been going through the Hatchet franchise, but before we get into that, what do you guys have that's going to be coming up in the next few weeks over on Our Life in Horror?
Um, when is this coming out?
This will,
That'll help
that's a
me.
good question. I should have told you that this will actually drop Monday.
Monday. Okay, so
Monday
if
morning.
it's dropping in the morning, then tonight we have a live stream with Till Death Do Us Scream. They're another horror couple on YouTube, and we're going to be covering Ginger Snaps, I believe.
Yep.
And then we've got a boatload of stuff planned for the rest of September and October for spooky season. We've got games nights, brackets,
A Rocky Horror Picture Show party.
yeah, costume parties. We got
Mhm.
lots of fun stuff planned. So lots of live streams.
Yes.
Very cool. All right, very good. Yeah, I'm ready to get to October. I was looking at my schedule the other day, and October is the first time that I think I've got like 9 episodes in October, and I have guests on every single one of them. It's the first time I have a guest on every time throughout a month. Normally, it's just a little bit
Nice.
here and there, but yeah, my October is it's going to be busy, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff, a lot of my favorite stuff. So probably a lot of high ranking stuff, I'm sure, but still looking forward to talking about some of it. And I know you guys are coming on with me to discuss Candyman and Scream in October.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to put you guys on the spot now. I started to ask you before we started recording, but I thought, no, let me put them on the spot and wait till we're recording. That way it's harder for them to say no. Um, no, typically, whenever what I've started doing is whenever I have somebody come on and we talk about the first movie in a franchise, kind of like we did with this, where we talked about the first Hatchet film, then I try to just periodically bring them back to discuss sequels. So if you guys are going to come on in October and discuss Candyman and Scream with me, then I thought going forward, whenever I get to another Scream movie, another Candyman movie, something like that, I would have y'all back to discuss that one if you're interested.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
love to run through those movies again.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. All right. Yeah. See, I thought it would be so much harder for you to say no if we were recording. No, I'm kidding. All right. So we will get ready and get into this. I'm going to grab my glasses so I can see and just mention a couple of things. We're going to talk about the fourth movie in this franchise, Victor Crowley, and then we're going to rank the films and kind of give an overall thought process on the film. So, real quick, Victor Crowley, released in 2017. Overview for the film says return to his swamp. 10 years ago, over 40 people were brutally torn to pieces in Louisiana's Honey Island swamp. Over the past decade, Lone survivor Andrews claims that local legend Victor Crowley was responsible for the horrific massacre have been met with great controversy. But when a twist of fate puts him back at the scene of the tragedy, Crowley is mistakenly resurrected, and Andrew must face the bloodthirsty ghost from his past. The film premiered in August of 2017 and then was released in theaters in October of 2017. Directed and written by Adam Green, produced by Sarah Elbert, Corey Neal, and Greg Newman. Cinematography by Jan Michael Losada. Music by Jason Akers and Sam Ewing. Distributed by Dark Sky Films. Runtime of 83 minutes. I saw a budget of 400,000. I could not find box office numbers for this movie anywhere, so don't know how it did at the box office. Rotten Tomatoes scores 67% from critics, 61% from the audience. IMDb 5.5 out of 10. So kind of mediocre, it looks like, opinions out there from everything that I was reading. Let me mention a few of the cast, and then we will talk about the cast and the characters. So we've got Perry Shen returning. We have Laura Ortiz, Dave Sheridan, Crystal Joy Brown, Felisa Rose, and Kane Hodder, and then also get an appearance from Tyler Main, an appearance from Daniel Harris, and an uncredited appearance from Tony Todd. Your thoughts on cast and characters for this movie?
Yeah, I love the one thing I really like about the franchise in general is just like the cameos we get and stuff, like Tyler Main popping up. I completely forgot about that. I actually love Felissa Rose in this movie. I'm wearing my Felissa Rose shirt. Yeah, I enjoy this cast for the most part. Most part for the most part.
There's some rough actors here and there for sure.
And I feel like there is in every movie of this franchise, though.
I agree, but I feel like it's more noticeable in this movie than it has been in any of the others. Okay. And I feel like this movie is almost trying to be like a satire of itself. I guess that has nothing to do with the characters, but like I like the characters are all fine. I think Dave Sheridan's always a fun time. Felissa Rose is always fun. I love Perry Shen in these roles, essentially.
Yeah.
Who else? There's the Impractical's Joker guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brian Quinn, I believe it's his name. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's Jokers. He's actually like one of the standout, like...
he does a good job.
Yeah, fairly good job for probably one of his first acting credits.
Right.
I really like the girl. I don't even know what her name is, but she's the friend of the trio, and I don't know. We're not in spoilers yet, right? Like we can't spoil anything.
I mean, go ahead if you need to say something. That's fine. I feel like anybody. I doubt too many people are watching this that have never seen this movie. So if you need to spoil something, go ahead.
She's the survivor.
Yeah,
I liked her. I thought she was
Rose. I think is her name in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if she were an emoji, she would be an eye roll. The eye roll emoji, because just the way she talks to everyone, she's just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her too, and I agree with y'all. There are a few issues here. I agree with you that maybe the acting's not as great. Yeah, we'll discuss something else on that here in a few minutes. But overall, I do like the cast, and I agree with you as well, Sam. Ever since I met, we've talked about this, I think, at the last time we recorded, because I think you guys talked about it with Derek Mears. But ever since getting to meet Felissa Rose at the HorrorCon that I went to, I want her in every movie I watch now. And she just, I don't know, it's something about her. She's just so cool. And she's great in this. She almost steals the beginning of it, as far as I'm concerned. I just think she's funny. I love the way she does this. But then Brian Quinn does a great job. Perry Shen's good. I like seeing the appearance as well from Tyler Main. Tony Todd was uncredited because it was just like on a phone, basically, is where you're seeing him at. And then, did you guys see the mid-credit scene? Because I remember we talked about it in the last movie that I thought Danielle Harris was in this and her character was alive, but we couldn't remember. Did y'all see the mid-credits scene there with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Well, I guess I had just forgot, because for some reason before I was thinking it was the end of the movie. And so when I was watching this the other day and it went off, I was like, oh, I guess I was wrong. She's not in this. But it took me a few minutes before I turned it off, and then she popped up, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not a complete idiot. She is in here somewhere. But I will say this. So I don't know why. Probably, when you're, like I said, I've been home for a week now dealing with this stuff. And so I've spent a lot of time in bed just watching movies. And so I have watched these movies now since we started doing this, however long ago, when we talked about the first Hatchet movie. I have watched all these movies probably 3 times in that window of time. And it was not what I planned. I planned on just watching them, taking a few notes, and being ready. But I've just had so much time where I was laying around and taking some medication, half the time kind of out of it, that I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So today, I actually, when I got up this morning and got some coffee, I started the first one, and I watched all 4 of these again today before we got ready to do this. And I remember a conversation that we had a little bit back in the very, very beginning. And I almost even hate to say it because I love this person so much. I love Danielle Harris. I'm such a huge Danielle Harris fan. But I guess I'm so back and forth on her acting. I mean, I really don't know what you guys think. There are times I think she's great, and then other times not so much. And I don't know. Watching it today, I think the third one is better, but the second one bothers me a little bit. I don't know. Just her performance is not the best in this franchise. I still like her, but her performance is not the best in this franchise.
We thought that the first time around that we watched them together because we actually said we preferred the first actress in the first movie more.
Right.
I think you came around a little more to her this time when we watched them again.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of iffy. I'm the same with her in movies, and I hate to say it because she's such like an icon in the horror community.
Right.
But I will say, what's that one movie we watched? See
No Evil 2?
No Evil 2. I loved her in that.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, I agree. She was really good. Yeah.
And I think she's better in the third one here. I think it's just the second one that bothers me. I don't think she does a bad job in the third one. Her performance, I feel like, is better. I also feel like it's a little more limited. A lot of it's just her telling people to fuck off and giving them mean looks, but she does it pretty well. It's funny the way she does it, actually. So I do like her in the third one. I think it's just the second one that's still a little bit of a struggle for me, but it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the film. But I'm like you, Sam. That's one of my favorite things about this franchise is just the appearances we get from different people. And when we go to rank this and give our overall opinion of it, I'll discuss that probably a little bit more from a few notes that I made. And just a couple of notes about this film real quick before we get into the plot. After multiple rumors and alleged news, Adam Green became disenchanted with continuing this franchise. He did not want to do any more of the films after 3 until he talked with George Romero at a Rock and Shock convention, and Romero talked him into doing another film. In July of 2017, it was announced that the original Hatchet would be shown at the Fright Fest Film Festival for its 10th anniversary. But instead, people got the premiere of the Victor Crowley movie with no one knowing that's what was coming. So just a couple of behind-the-scenes things there that I thought was somewhat interesting. As far as the future of this franchise, though, I keep hearing mixed things. Have you guys heard whether there's going to be any more Hatchet films?
I don't know. I know he's got another movie coming out that I'm really excited for. It takes place in a hot air balloon, but I don't know as for this franchise. I'm not sure.
I think Hatchet's or Victor, the franchise is tied up in legal issues, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Oh, okay. It's just usually that's kind of how it goes, but if you haven't had
that could be. I had heard that and, when you hear it from somebody other than, I mean, I want to know what Adam Green says because I feel like he's the one that's going to be, it's going to tell you. I know that supposedly Danielle Harris said there were scripts for 2 more movies, but things got held up and they never got done. I don't know whether that's how accurate that is. But I did hear Adam Green saying that he was not opposed to another Hatchet movie, but some things needed to change so that it can be done the right way. And maybe that was a little bit of some of the legal stuff you were talking about, Brendan, because he basically was saying that there were some people involved that didn't need to be involved. And he wasn't going to do it if his hands were going to be tied. So maybe that's some of what you're referring to there.
Okay. Yeah, that could be. Cause he's talked about, I think I've heard something about him or read an article a long time ago, him wanting to continue the franchise.
I'm kicking myself because Slasher Radio just had him on recently, and I haven't gone to listen to it. And I keep telling myself I'm going to listen to it, and I keep forgetting. I want to listen to it now to see if he talks about it.
I think I actually did go back and listen to it. I've listened to a few of their episodes now because I had missed a lot of their stuff. I think he mentions it briefly on that episode, but I can't remember how much detail he goes into. But I do think it gets mentioned briefly. Would you guys like to see more? Or do you think we've had enough of Victor Crowley?
You know what? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say my overall thoughts on everything yet. So
sure. Yeah.
I want to wait till the end. Maybe it would be fun just for like the cameo aspects, like see who he would throw in there this time. Like it's been so many years now, and like he's just known to do that. So I'd be curious to see who would be casted in it, and I'd be curious to see a trailer. I'd obviously watch it. I just don't know how excited I would be until I see what it's all about.
Okay, Brendan,
I would like to see a tonal shift. If
Out of the Swamp.
No, not of the swamp, say, but like make it less comedy and more horror.
Okay. I would be down for that.
I'd almost like to see this sounds so weird coming from a franchise that's known for its gore and its extreme kills, but I would like to see almost a toned down version of that and focus more on the scares.
Okay.
And just make it darker and grittier. And
I like it. I don't know if Hatchet fans would be happy after watching that, though. The tone down of the gore.
Yeah, I'm saying you can still keep it in there. I'm just saying, like, yeah, and this is something that we're going to talk about with this movie too. Is just like how many times can we just see the same kind of kills done just slightly a little bit different? So, like, I don't know. I think there needs to be a tonal shift. I think Victor Crowley needs to go back and look how he did in the original film because I think that's his best look.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think we need to steer a little clear of the comedy for the next film for me personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can see that. I would like for there to be more. I'm always down for any more of some of these slasher icons that we have. I'm not one of these people that gets tired of all the sequels. I just want them to be done well and not shit like Halloween Ends. I'd rather them actually be good movies. But I can see your point. I think maybe that would help if we shifted a little bit away from the comedy. I mean, you can have a small amount in there still in spaces. I think any of the major horror franchises have moments of it. I mean, you can find comical moments in Friday the 13th, in Nightmare on Elm Street, and Halloween, and all of that stuff. Maybe just do it that way. Let's just drop a couple of moments in there, but try to get a little more on the scary side. I also would like to see maybe Out of the Swamp, based on exactly what you were saying. I feel like a lot of what we're seeing through these 4 films is repetitive. The airplane crash in this one makes it a little bit different. But other than that, a lot of it, and I like these movies. I think this franchise is underappreciated, but I think we need to get Victor out of the swamp. Say that again.
Said, is he going to space?
You know, maybe not space. Let's not go quite there. That might fuck things up a little bit. But let's at least get him out of the swamp. Maybe, I don't know, because I think that's the only way it's going to start to look different. I think if he just keeps staying in the swamp and we keep going through this over and over again, it's not going to change. So I would definitely be down for another Hatchet film, but more scary and Out of the Swamp, I think, is the way to go, in my opinion.
Okay.
But that might be hard to do because the swamp is his legacy. I mean, that's where the whole thing keeps going back to. So that could be difficult to pull that off.
Yeah, he's totally, like, in the lore, he's totally tied to that honey, whatever.
Unless
yeah, Honey Island or something like that. Yeah.
Fill in the swamp and renovate and rebuild something, and then he's on the land still.
There we go, Sam. You just got the idea right there. Go ahead and start writing
build a
this.
theme park on there or something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man, sorry.
You got it. I think you should start writing that. Go ahead. All right, we will start walking through the plot. I just cover a few things here and there. Anything you guys want to mention, feel free. The opening of this film, we get this couple. We can talk about them a little bit if y'all want to. I kind of thought it's a little bit funny. It's kind of disgusting the way her face looks there at one point. What did you guys think on the opening with this couple? Any thoughts on this? Good, bad, indifferent?
I loved it.
Okay.
I thought it was hilarious. I loved the 60s music. I loved her like little strawberry dress she's wearing. It's like a cute proposal until it's not. I was actually laughing. I'm going to say I had more fun with this movie than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I actually really enjoyed the opening. the music. Yeah.
Okay. Brendan?
So I didn't take very many notes, but the note I did take was this opening feels like it's ripped right out of a scary movie. It feels like
Okay.
it's a deleted scene from a scary movie because it
Okay.
is so over the top and just like they're taking it seriously and you're expecting the audience to like I don't know. I was just like I'm watching a different movie here. Like it's fine. It was just too much, you know? And
Okay.
then the rest of the movie doesn't exactly lean into how ridiculous the opening is because there's such a tonal shift from like this opening scene which feels like it's like out of a scary movie and then the next sequence is the retelling of the ghost story but it's dark and eerie and creepy. It's
Right.
told from a little girl's perspective and then it goes back to comedy. It's like what the fuck is happening here? Um
I liked it.
No, I like that you like it because yeah, you've been lukewarm on this franchise. And I'm not saying I'm not opposed to the ridiculousness of this, you know, this raunchy comedy that's in this, but I'd like to see it flow throughout the whole movie.
Okay. I think I'm right kind of in the middle of where you guys are because I like it as well. I mean, I it's funny. I did think it was a little bit over the top. Uh, the way she looks when she's crying and she's got snot and makeup and shit all over everywhere. I'm just like, what the hell? Um, but at the same time, I felt like for me, and I like the second and third movie, but I don't feel like the jokes land quite as well in the second and third film as they did the first. And I felt like this outrageousness at the beginning of this one was almost an attempt to get back to the comedy of the first one. That's kind of what I felt like they were trying to do here. Not that they ever completely get away from the comedy, but it just didn't. The first one feels so fun. That feeling is not as strong in the second and the third one, and I felt like this one was trying to lean into that and start off with that fun vibe like the first one did. And so I was like, oh, okay, but like you were saying, Brendan, then it does completely shift, and we get the appearance from Tyler Maine, but then we get this girl narrating the story, and I believe that came from that's how they promoted the very first film was just with still shots of a swamp tour and a little girl telling the story of Victor Crowley. That was what their trailers were before they ever got the movie made. And so I feel like that was somewhat what this was supposed to do. Um, it just didn't go together very well. So it does kind of throw you off a little bit when you get the outrageousness and Tyler Maine makes an appearance and then suddenly you get this spooky ghost story. I don't think it flowed very well together. Doesn't necessarily make me dislike it, but it just doesn't yeah, I don't know. It doesn't
I
something's off.
disagree. I enjoyed it. I thought it flowed for me. I didn't think like
Okay.
the little girl telling the ghost story was all of a sudden like, ooh, it's a scary story now. Like I don't know, it didn't feel like that spooky for me. I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I was just excited that I actually enjoyed it, the opening.
Okay.
Because I did not feel good about the second and third movie. So especially
Okay.
the second.
Oh, fair enough. That makes sense. Um, and so from there, then we kind of get into a brief introduction to different characters. We meet Chloe and Alex and Rose, who are making a movie. We also get to see Andrew again and his publicist. There we go, Felissa Rose, doing this book tour, and her telling him that they're going to go back to the swamp for an interview. Character introductions were fine for the Chloe, Alex, and Rose characters, but I really enjoyed the scene there at the book signing with Andrew and Felissa Rose doing her thing. But the one girl wanting him to sign her breasts and make one of them out to her dad was ridiculous, and then the guy wanting him to sign his cock cracked me the hell up. I thought that was funny. So I feel like the jokes were landing in this one better for me here now during this scene. You guys have any thoughts on any of this interaction?
Yeah, no, I agree. I enjoyed the introduction to the characters. I like that Andrew is now like famous. I know people hate him too, but like
Right.
I like that he's kind of I don't know, he writes his book or whatever and is cashing in on the aftermath of all of it, and these fans want to make a movie about it and stuff. So I don't know. I like the setup of the characters.
Okay.
I do too, for sure. I like that when you get reintroduced to Andrew after 10 years from the events, he's on a talk show, and everybody's still like, even when he's been acquitted, something like that never truly goes away for somebody. So they're always asking, did you do it? Did you actually kill those people? And like, his life has become like so much around this event. It's kind of hard not to just sit there and write a book about it and try to get some money, because I'm sure him trying to find work would be pretty hard.
Sure.
Because it seemed to be like a global thing, right? And the three film students or whatever is actually like a really clever idea for this story, having them go in to make the, I guess they're making a slasher, right? It almost would have been better if they were making like a documentary.
Yeah, I think they were. And if I remember correctly, and you guys might, I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. Weren't they just initially going there to film a trailer? They weren't actually starting the movie yet. I think they were just trying to film a trailer. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
just going to do a startup trailer to get backers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with everything you guys were saying. I just did find it funny. I was enjoying it, as I've already mentioned. I feel like Felissa Rose stole this. I love her. So we then get this little film crew. They go out to the swamp where they're going to get ready to start filming. Andrew and his publicist and some other people get on the plane. He finds out that the person that's doing this interview is like his ex-wife or something. And so we get more introduction here to a few more characters. After we get introduced to everybody, before the plane crash, I think this is the only moment of the film, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's the only moment of the film that drags just a little bit for me. It's almost like just because I think I'm waiting. I had only seen this movie once until a few days ago, and now I've seen the movie like 3 times. But I don't know. For some reason, the plane seems to drag just a little bit for me until it actually crashes. And I don't know if it's just because I'm wanting something to happen. I'm waiting for something to happen, because I think I felt like the other ones got into things a little quicker. Maybe they didn't, but I don't know. Something about this I just didn't think was the best. I don't know if you guys had any issues with it whatsoever, if it was all fine to you. I think I just wanted it to move on and something happen.
I think I was fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like the one that feels like it takes the longest is like the most slapstick kind of. Yeah, it felt like the most like Airplane, joke. If you've ever seen Airplane, the comedy where it's literally the pilot of the plane announcing, being like, we're going to be doing this, and we're going to be flying. So that sequence alone is like 2 minutes of just like that. So I understand where the slowness comes from, but the interactions between everybody on the plane, besides that, I had no issues with. I thought it was all pretty fun, pretty easygoing. It was just that one pilot sequence too, and that just stuck out to me as well, because this isn't fucking Airplane. And
that's probably what it was for me, honestly. I think because I had enjoyed the previous scenes and the comedy that was going on there. Then to go into this, I was just like, oh, okay, let's do something now, because this is just kind of annoying to me. But that's probably just a nitpick, because it's not like it was terrible. But then we do get the plane crash, and when the plane crashes, Chloe, Alex, Rose, and they have come up with Dylan, another guy there that's going to help them. I believe it's Dylan and Rose go to check on the plane crash, see if anybody's hurt and needs help, and Chloe and Alex stay behind. This Dylan character, I want to know your thoughts on this guy. Tell me what y'all thought about Dylan, if you had any thoughts, because here's the bad acting and the horrible character for me was this guy.
Is that Dave Sheridan?
Yeah, that's Dave Sheridan.
Oh, so maybe we have different opinions here then. I don't know. He annoyed me. Maybe I just got it differently, but he was annoying me. So
it's Officer Doofy.
I know.
I like Dave
Sheridan.
That.
Yeah.
I do too. I have a hard time after meeting a horror celebrity and then seeing them in movies. I almost like, I don't know if I'm like have some biased opinions afterwards because like he could do whatever and I'd be happy. Like but I wonder if I had like not met him and like watched this, if I still would have. Did we watch this before meeting them?
No, we watched it after
meeting them. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we met Felissa too after or before.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I thought he was funny, but yeah, I don't know if he would have been annoying if I didn't have that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked him.
Yeah.
It's basically him just being like in real life.
Yeah,
Like,
he's very out there
oh yeah,
and expressive and whatnot.
yeah. So I don't know. I liked it. It's just like one of those people who are just trying to be, you know, if they have an opportunity to do a film gig, they're gonna try their best to impress, right?
Yeah. One other thing that we kind of skipped over was Felissa sleeping on the plane. When she takes the meds and she's sleeping and she literally just sleeps through the whole crash and everything.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like how she pulls up like a briefcase of them and they're all like labeled and stuff. That was funny too.
Yeah, that was funny. I forgot about that. Okay, well, yeah, I kind of had a feeling that we were going to have differences of opinion on that one particular guy, and I liked him as Officer Doofy. So it's not like I disliked the actor in general. I think this character just didn't. I don't know, because he starts off, he's like doing impressions. Like I think he does a Sylvester Stallone impression, and I don't know, a few others, and I don't know, for some reason it just didn't work for me at that point. I don't know why, but I was just like, oh, okay, not this guy. But I like him as Officer Doofy. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with him. It's just this character was bothering me for some reason. But yeah, I you know, from here when they go to help with the plane and the other ones kind of stay behind, and it's the video playing because they were trying to recite the voodoo curse to bring, you know, Victor Crowley back, and we see Tony Todd on the phone and he's reciting it, and that's what actually happens. And so that kind of gets us set up from there. The one other thing I wanted to mention, while I don't think this movie is scary, I almost feel like, so the girl, and I'm forgetting her name, that's trapped in the plane where she's, you know, she's gonna end up drowning, but she's caught underneath something. That concept scares the hell out of me for some reason. I don't find this movie scary, but when I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, that would suck so fucking bad to just be like stuck right there with the water coming in. I don't know that. I don't want to say it scares me, but every time that I've watched this now, I always find myself like, that would fucking suck. Like I can't even imagine.
It's uncomfortable. I have really bad, like, well, claustrophobic. I'm very claustrophobic, but also like even if you like lay on top of me on top of a blanket, I'll panic because I feel trapped. Like I don't like any sort of like restraints or anything because I feel out of control. So watching this movie, I felt uncomfortable every time she was in the scene. Mm-hmm. But it's not like uncomfortable to the point where I'm watching like Fall or something. But
right, yeah,
it's still like it doesn't make my tummy feel nice. So I get it.
Yeah. Okay. And so from there, we start getting into the first set of kills. Victor Crowley kills Alex. He ends up killing Chloe. I think initially he's just got her hurt, and he's trying to use her as bait to get people out of the plane. Felissa Rose's character takes off running. She ends up getting killed. Brian Quinn's character, the girl drowns. Out of these first set of kills, any of them stand out as far as a favorite? Any of these kills you really enjoyed? Anything major here or not necessarily?
I liked the boyfriend. Sorry, I'm pulling up the cast now because I'm really bad with names and you keep naming people. So whoever the boyfriend was, I can't even recognize him.
Alex was his name in the film.
Okay, Alex. I liked his kill. I thought it looked really like gross because he got his head bashed in, right?
Right.
His so for me, the not so great character was his girlfriend. She really bugged me throughout this movie. So I was happy to see her die. but I don't remember how she died, to be completely honest.
Head stomp.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The first set of kills are fine. I mean, like all of them are fine. Like the head stomp was okay. Yeah, because they kill Felissa Rose at that point too. Do they not?
Yeah, she leaves. Yeah, they kill. The girl gets the head stomp, and then Felissa Rose takes off running out of the plane, and that's when she ends up getting caught and killed. And then I think it's right after that that the Impractical Joker's character, I'm drawing
he
a
gets
blank on his name
scalped.
now, but yeah, he gets scalped. Yeah,
He gets viciously scalped. Like,
he
it's not
does.
a simple scalping.
Yeah,
That's full brain popping out.
yeah,
But Felicia's Rose kill in this movie is the best one.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. I like it too. I agree.
It still shocked me yesterday when because we've only seen this movie once too, so this is my second time, and like it still shocked me about they went there with that
Yeah.
kill, like it's so much better than all the generic arm chopping off and stuff we've
Right.
seen so far already, or of the decapitations, because there's a lot of those in this franchise.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, they went there with that kill with the cell phone.
Yeah.
You also brought up before we got to the kills, you brought up them saying the curse or whatever. I like that idea as to why he came back, like giving them some sort of motive to be saying it is because they're making this film. I thought that was smart.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I actually made a note of that, and I did miss it a while ago. I like that as well too, because that is something that you kind of wonder. I feel like people talk about that with Jason all the time, and now with Victor Crowley, like they just keep coming back. How? But I like that way to introduce him coming back. I thought that was good. And then I was hoping one of y'all was going to mention Felissa Rose's kill, because that's my favorite kill in this movie as well. I feel like, and again, I don't know if it's just because I got to meet her recently or what, but she steals the show in this movie for me overall. Just her character, she's funny, the way she does things. She has the best kill scene. So yeah, I completely agree with what you guys were saying there. Second group of kills. Let me find where I was on my notes because I totally missed it. Oh, I did think we'll go back. So the girl that drowns, I think her name was Casey, and the water's coming in. I'm assuming the reason it finally went ahead and drowned her was because of the way Victor was attacking the plane. Is that the impression that you guys got? Do you remember? I mean, I know it was going to happen. It looked like it was going to happen initially anyway, but the fact that he's now like shaking this plane and stuff. I don't know what I think about that death, because we were talking about how the scene itself, like the idea of being trapped like that, is uncomfortable. So it would be a horrible way to die. But when you look at all of the other deaths in this franchise and how over the top they are, this seems so plain to me. You guys agree, or maybe not so much for this one?
For sure. It's like it's not even, it is shown, I guess, but I feel like it was more of like a kind of a sympathetic kill and then used as a comic relief moment, because you have Dave Sheridan holding her hand the whole time, and then when she passes, he's like, no, and then everybody in the plane like looks over at him, and everybody else is like really like uncomfortable, and then he gets his little, because everything he does is like he's like
that part
overacting.
Was funny. I agree. He was funny there. I agree with that. I forgot about that. So okay, yeah, that makes sense. Everybody else ends up taking off there. I think he's the only one that stays on the plane. He's trying to get it going again and radio for help. We get this now kind of into the next, I say group of kills, but there's really only a couple more deaths. Victor kills Sabrina, the woman that was going to do the interview. And then when they kind of get put in the situation where it's Dylan, Andrew, and Rose, Dylan ends up sacrificing himself and tackling Victor into the engine of the plane. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of the character, I think I would have liked this a little bit better, just because he's, Perry Shin's been in each one of these films and his character keeps dying in this outrageous way. I think I would have liked it better if he would have been the one to do that. If Andrew would have been the one to sacrifice himself and tackle Victor into the engine, I think I would have liked that better. But again, it's fine. Anything in this group, the second little group of kills here in the almost finale of the film, stand out differently? Anything you liked or disliked?
I like the finale. I like how the girl like screams in his face and punches him, and then tries to throw the axe and just totally misses. It's like so intense too, and you think she's gonna be this badass like final girl throw, and she just
She misses, and then I think Andrew misses with his shot right after that, right? She misses with the axe, and then he misses with yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way it ends, because like Perry Shen's Andrew or whatever has always been the cowardly type, so he wouldn't put himself out there really to do something like that, and it makes sense because he already Dave Sheridan, as being as goofy as it is, has already tried to show traits of bravery and stuff throughout the whole movie before that, so it did make sense. Also, I'd like to bring up the him making the radio calls in the cockpit. So funny. He says a line directly.
Yeah, that actually was pretty funny, because I think he, not to interrupt you, but I think his title changed. One time he's a general, one time he's a lieutenant. That was actually funny as well. Maybe I don't hate the character as much as I thought I did. Maybe I just didn't like the introduction to the character, but because that part was pretty funny as well.
Yeah, he steals a line right out of Star Wars, talking about how he's something about a diplomatic ship, something on trade agreements or something like that. It's a line right out of one of the Star Wars movies, and I just started laughing. I'm like, he would start quoting other stuff.
Yeah,
but I think his kill's awesome.
Okay, and I will go back and say too, because we haven't really talked about her a whole lot, but other than Felissa Rose's character, I do think the character of Rose, and I cannot remember the actress who plays her. You had mentioned her a little bit earlier, Sam. She's probably my second favorite character in this movie. I do think she's funny, just the way she addresses people and talks to people. I do like that character as well. So I was glad she was able to survive. And yeah, I agree with your other points as well. I think the only reason I thought maybe they should have had Andrew do it was because Perry Shen just keeps dying in these movies, so he might as well die again. Let him do that part. But I see your point, Brendan. That also makes sense. Yeah, and then from there, I mean, that's pretty much the film. We see the news crew come in and start doing their thing, and credits start, and then Danielle Harris makes her appearance mid credits, where she's got a gun and is ready for Victor. That's pretty much it. That's Victor Crowley. Anything that we missed or anything else you guys want to talk about going through this? I kind of ran through my notes a little bit quickly, but yeah, anything else you guys want to point out that I didn't mention?
No, just Danielle Harris at the end with that scene. I guess it does make me kind of want to see another one, because maybe she'll end up being in it again, and I can see how she does now. And also, I've heard Scout Taylor Compton say that she would want to be in one with Danielle, because they're like besties, right? So it would be interesting to see the two of them in a Hatchet movie, I think. I don't know if that would actually happen or not, but
yeah, I can agree with that. In fact, I just heard, totally off subject for the most part, but I just found out that the two of them, Danielle Harris and Scout Taylor Compton, are going to be at that other horror convention that's coming up in Oklahoma in November. So nice. I originally wasn't planning on going to this one, but I'm reconsidering now that those two are going to be there. I may have to make a trip up there to see that one. It's about a 2-hour drive from where I'm at, so not bad. I think it would be worth it just to meet them. So yeah, all of that being said, anything, so you mentioned Danielle Harris. Were you glad to see her show back up? Were you glad that her character was still alive, or was it didn't have an effect on you either way?
No, I think it was kind of like a moment, like I didn't expect that kind of thing, even though we had just brought it up like not long ago that you thought it happened, but it still shocked me. So I was just like, oh, okay.
I don't think we made it that far through the credits the first watch.
That's what I'm thinking too, because I don't recognize the scene at all.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Okay. So on a scale, we'll start with this one. So for Victor Crowley, by itself, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this one? We'll start with you, Sam.
Oh, out of 10. I'm gonna go with 6.5.
Okay.
I can't remember what I rated the other ones out of 10, to be completely honest. I checked my Letterboxd scores, so I know the first Hatchet I gave a 3.5 out of 5. Second and third, I both gave them 2s. And then this one, I also gave a 3.5 out of 5. So I don't know, 6.5, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brendan?
For this one, this franchise has been sticking So this, I feel like I've remembered what I did do them. I have my last two marked down, but I don't have the first one. So I'm gonna give this one a 6.
Okay.
So just a little bit better than halfway.
Okay. Yeah, I probably sounded like I didn't like it as much. I feel like the first one, I gave an 8 out of 10 because I love the first movie so much. I feel like the next ones I've all been right in the same area on. I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was fun. There were a few things here and there that bothered me a little bit, but for the most part, I really liked this movie. Some of the reasons I'll get into here in a few minutes when we talk about the franchise overall. So I've got it a little bit higher than both of you guys do. Because in my head, having this 1 to 10 rating scale, if it's a 9 or a 10, that means it's excellent. It's a great movie. If it's a 7 or an 8, it's pretty good. And I'm right there, kind of in the middle. I would say a 7.5 out of 10 for this one. The nitpicks I have with it are just minor little things here and there, but for the most part, I really enjoy it. I found myself enjoying this franchise a little more maybe than I thought I did. It has its issues along the way, and this movie has a few issues here and there, but for the most part, I think it's pretty good. So I gave it a 7.5. Um, so for the entire franchise, all 4 movies, let's rank them. Sam, what's your fourth favorite out of these?
Oh, I'm gonna go with number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I really did not have fun with that one. None of the jokes landed for me.
Okay. Brendan?
I'll probably go with Hatchet 3.
Okay. I'm with Sam on this one. I have Hatchet 2 as my least favorite. And it's not that I dislike it. I just feel like it's the one I've struggled with the most. So I would have it as my fourth favorite as well. Sam, number 3.
Yeah, I'll go number 3. It's only I rated it the same as the second one, but I think I like it slightly more. I like maybe the characters more, and Derek Mears being in it is a big plus for me.
Okay. Brendan?
Fair. I went with Hatchet 2.
Okay.
Tony Todd just steals the show for that one, so he's always enjoyable to watch as Reverend Zombie. So yeah, I gotta put
That's
it
fair.
higher.
That's very fair. I also have Hatchet 3 as my third favorite. And again, I think I ranked Hatchet 3 and Victor Crowley the exact same, but yeah, I felt like it was just a little bit better than the second one. So yeah, I would have it as my third. So I have a feeling I know where we're all going with this. But Sam, what's your number 2?
This is really hard for me because I rated Victor Crowley the same as Hatchet. And when I rewatched Hatchet this last time, I just don't think I was in the mood for it. So I feel like that really played a factor in my enjoyability as well. I'm gonna stick to. I really had fun last night with Victor Crowley, but I think I'm gonna put Victor Crowley in number 2 because I think if I were to watch Hatchet in a better mood, maybe it would still take the first place for me. I don't know. Sorry, that was a long drawn out answer.
No,
I'm
that's okay.
thinking about it in my head still. I'm gonna go Victor Crowley.
Do what you gotta do. All right. Brendan, I'm going to assume that that's your number 2 as well.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Anything else you want to say on it, or we're good?
Yeah, no, we're good. I mean, we just
Okay.
talked about it for like 40 minutes, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. I think I have it as number 2 as well, and I think I think for me it just goes back to what I was saying before. I think Felissa Rose is the difference. I think that's why I have Victor Crowley ahead of Hatchet 3 is because of her. But yeah, I've got that one at number 2 as well. So what that's basically going to mean is we're all going to have the same number 1. Sam, be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I still think it's the best of the franchise. It's so much fun. So to rate the entire franchise on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm just curious, one, what you would rate it, give it a number, and then just kind of your overall take on the franchise in general. And this time we'll start with you, Brendan. I keep starting with Sam, so this time we'll start with you. On a scale of 1 to 10, rank the franchise and your overall take on it.
I like if I kind of even out all my scores for each film, it leaves me with a 6 or a 6.5. So I'll kind of go. I'll go with a 6 for the entire franchise. I think it's a fun watch, but is it something that I'm gonna be dying to revisit soon? No. So are the kills fun and unique? Absolutely. Is Victor Crowley a fun slasher villain? Of course. But all in all, once you get past, the head rip in half in the first film through to Felissa Phone's incredible kill in that one, all the kills seem very generic and kind of rinse and repeat throughout the franchise. So and most of the films are pretty repetitive as well. And I've said this a lot in your videos here, is that Danielle Harris's character as Mary Beth is very a passive antagonist instead of an active protagonist, and that kind of drives me bonkers. Okay. And you're following her throughout 3 movies, and she's not doing anything, but everybody around her is controlling her what to do. So that gets tiresome to watch. But it is still a fun and enjoyable franchise to check out.
Okay, Sam.
This is hard. I'm gonna go with a 5.
Oh,
because well, if I'm doing it as a franchise as a whole, like 2 and 3, I don't know if I'm gonna go back and rush to watch these at all. Like maybe if I have to do a review on them again in 5 years, but they were such misses for me. And I really did go through a weird funk this summer where I just was not in the mood for horror. So like hence why I took a bit of a break on the channel. I got my spooky spark back, so I'm good. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the movies. I don't know if it was my funk, but yeah, I think the same with Brendan. Like the kills are fun to an extent. Like there are Victor Crowley probably has some of the best kills in the slasher genre, but like maybe 2 of them, 1 or 2 of them. Like I don't know, like the first one in the first movie is obviously an iconic one that everyone talks about. But then, like you said, there are some. You gave me a look. It threw me off.
Sorry.
So yeah, I don't know. Some of the comedy hits, some of it doesn't. I'm just kind of in the middle about it. If I were to go back and watch one of these, it would be the first or Victor Crowley, I guess. But even then, I'm not in a rush to do it. So
okay. Well, I like it a little bit better than you guys do. The way I did, of course, I work in banking. I work with numbers all the time, and so basically what I did is I just went back and I added up the 4 ratings and then divided them by 4 to see what I would end up rating this. And it came out to a 7.5, which feels about right for me. I love slasher so much. Victor Crowley gives us another slasher, villain icon. Is he at the same level of a Jason or a Freddy or a Michael? No, but he's still pretty good. Most of the kills are fun. It does get repetitive, but you still get some fun kills. You get some over the top gore. I find myself comparing these movies to the Terrifier movies a lot when it comes to the kills and the gore. But I agree. Some of the humor lands, some of it doesn't. If you're a fan of slasher movies, and you're just looking for some fun kills and some gore and some nudity, the Hatchet franchise delivers on all 3 of those. But I think the biggest thing about it for me kind of goes back to something we talked about in the beginning. You start this franchise off with Robert Englund. You get him, in this boat, and you end this franchise with Danielle Harris. And then in between there, you've got Kane Hodder, you've got Tony Todd, Derek Mears, Felissa Rose, Tom Holland, Caroline Williams, Tyler Mane, Sid Haig, so many big horror names that appear in this franchise that just gives it an extra bump to me. I really appreciate getting to see all of these different people in there. I don't know how to say his last name, R.A. Milhoff or something like that, who's in the 3rd film. who had played Leatherface previously, Zach Galligan, who was in the Gremlins films. I mean, we just get so many amazing cameos and people being part of this franchise that bumps it up for me as well. I've watched Hatchet a lot now in the last couple of months, so I think it'll be a while before I revisit. But I don't know. I could almost see myself, just because of my love of slashers, going back and watching these 4 movies once a year at some point, just doing a little Hatchet run through every year. Because again, it's not a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not Friday the 13th. It's not Halloween and Child's Play, Candyman, Scream, all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty good, and it gives us another one. So yeah, I'm a fan. 7.5 for me. See, that's a long answer. That was me rambling through that.
Oh, you're good.
No.
But yeah, so okay. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on. This has been a lot of fun going through this franchise. Yeah, I didn't know that I would actually ever end up going through all of this one. So this has been a lot of fun to do with you guys. I am looking forward to talking about Candyman and Scream with you guys in October, and then slowly going through those franchises as well. But I know we briefly talked about it in the beginning, but again, just take a minute to plug your channel and tell everybody what is coming up on Our Life in Horror.
I'd like to make a small detour because we didn't talk about collectibles.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead. I forgot about that. I know you and I both showed something on the first film, but unfortunately, that's all I've got on Victor Crowley. So what else do you have?
I have one more, and it's just it's strictly a Victor Crowley prop up. What is this?
I guess it's a prop replica because it's exactly like in the movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the I Survivor book.
That is awesome.
Sam got it for me for Christmas, and it's an actual book.
Oh damn, that's very cool. I figured it was just a cover on a lot of blank pages or something, but
no, it's not a journal.
Cool. Wow.
It's a fully written, thought out book, and it's very pretentious. I didn't make it through the whole thing, but it's exactly how you think like his book would be. I think it even starts out with it starts out with like the quote, like the goodnight kittens and the goodnight mittens, I miss you, Sabrina, like tribute to his ex-wife and stuff. So like it's pretty detailed. I haven't made it through the whole thing because it's honestly pretty boring and pretentious, like to start. So
nice
I did not even know that was a thing. Where did you get that from, Sam? That's pretty cool.
I think you got it off his website, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. If you Google it, it would pop up. It's been a few years since I got that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get him signed too, but I was kind of banking on him showing up at a convention sometime, so just meet him and get him signed.
Yeah, that's very cool. Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm impressed. Yeah, I don't have and it's just going through this franchise has made me realize that I've got the movies and I've got the Victor Crowley Toonie Terrace figure, but that's all I've got. In fact, last night I slept so much during the day yesterday that I was awake a lot last night, and at one point that's what I was doing, was just scrolling to see what else was out there. There's not a whole lot of Victor Crowley stuff out there. I saw a couple of different figures. One of them you've got. I think you showed it when we did this first episode. And then I saw
it like, on Amazon.
Oh, on Amazon?
Apparently for $11.99.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay.
Yeah, that's the States, I believe. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to look into that. That would be pretty cool. I did not even know that was a thing, so I was very impressed. Okay. Yeah. Then if anybody's got anything else they want to add on this, feel free. If not, what's coming up over at Our Life in Horror?
Yeah, just lots of live shows for spooky season. We're going to cover a bunch of movies that we want to watch this year for spooky season, as well as games nights, costume parties, Rocky Horror Picture Show night, and lots of fun stuff.
September 10th, we're doing Sweeney Todd.
Is it September 10th?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 10th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
With Bo and Kayla.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're really excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm still trying to figure out. I know, Sam, you had mentioned to us a while back. Is it okay for me to mention the on the recording the one game that you told us you were going to have us do?
Yep, deliver this line.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. Of course, I got a little sidetracked in the last week, but initially I thought I had this great idea. I was going to try to find similar clothes, but for a guy that this character wears. And I was going to scoot my desk out a little bit to where I had room to actually do something. And I was so excited. I was going to throw my hands out and turn around and scream, "What are you waiting for?" And I was like, fuck, I do not have room to do this. Like I was even trying, and I'm like, you can't really see anything other than just my fat ass turning around. It's really all you can see a little bit.
As soon as you said throw my hands out, I knew you were going to say, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, that was my plan. And then I just realized I really don't have the room to pull that off. So I'm going to have to come up with something else. But yeah, I thought with all the conversation we've had about Jennifer Love Hewitt, that would be fantastic for me to do. But
Yes.
yeah, I don't think I can pull that one off here in this.
That's
If I ever
funny.
can pull it off, I'll just record it anyway and show it to everybody. But I don't feel like I have the room. Something would go really bad. So
I'm excited to see what you guys will come up with.
And Brendan's doing this as well, right? You're participating in this?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm curious as well to see what everybody does.
I'm trying to think of something fun, but I don't want to do like anything too generic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still want to, but like still have it be generic.
It would have been pretty funny if I did have you guys like pre-record these and you guys could dress up and do a whole skip for it, and then I play them all. But that's a lot of work for Bo and Jamie are coming on too, so I don't want to make everyone record. And,
yeah, but I'm having a hard time. I keep coming up with a few ideas, and then I'm like, oh, that just seems so basic, though. I need to do something better. But I can't think of it either. So still got a couple of weeks to figure out something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Games night is on the 18th.
Okay. And then I guess what I have coming up later, let's see, this will air on Monday the 8th. Later this week, Robbie and Kaylee will be back on with me. A while back, we talked about the first A Quiet Place movie. They're going to come back and we're going to talk about A Quiet Place Part 2. And then next week, after that, kind of odd, but I've got 2 Christmas movies that I'm going to be actually talking about here in September. Isaiah, the Bitter Wolf, wanted to talk about the original Black Christmas, so he and I are going to talk about that. And then I'm going to do a first-time watch on Silent Night, Bloody Night from 1972. Have you seen that one, Brendan?
No, I do think I own it, but no, I haven't seen it. I have it on like a 50-pack of horror DVDs.
Okay, I just got it. I've never seen it, so I'm going to do a first-time watch for it and then talk about it. So yeah, a couple of Christmas movies in September, but yeah, it's okay. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got coming up as well. Anything else you guys want to add or mention, talk about before we wrap up?
No, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
I'm really excited to come on for, Scream and Candyman, but really excited for Scream. I haven't watched the original in a bit.
Same here. I was going to say I would not mind at all doing this franchise run with you because I haven't seen the original trilogy in forever. And I'm upgrading them. So
yeah, no, I'm kind of in the process of doing the same thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about those. And at the same time, Brendan, we can kind of do the same thing we did for this. So when we get into Candyman or when we get into Scream, if you've got any cool collectibles or anything you want to show, feel free.
of course.
I don't know if I have anything of Candyman. That's going to have to change, but I've got a few Ghostface things here and there that I can show. So
yeah, I don't have any. Actually, I only have 2 Ghostface things. I don't have anything Candyman. I guess I got one thing I can show.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one thing.
All right. Very cool. Well, we will wrap this up then. Everybody, if you don't, I feel like anybody that watches my channel or subscribes is probably already subscribed to you guys' channel as well. But if you're not, then go find them and subscribe to Our Life in Horror. They are the ones that inspired me to start doing this in the first place. So, I don't just say this because you guys are on here. I've told a lot of people this. Of all the podcasts I watch and the YouTube channels I watch and listen to, I think you guys are the best. So y'all are the ones that I enjoy listening to the most, and I highly recommend anybody that likes horror check you guys out. So if you're not subscribed to them, go do so. And yeah, if you haven't hit the subscribe button for me, do that as well. Follow me on social media. I'm pretty much on everything out there. Just search Sean's Horror Corner. Only place it's different is X, and there it's just my Horror Corner. So follow me on social media. Uh, leave me some comments on the video. Let me know what you think about Hatchet and Victor Crowley. And yeah, I'll be back a little later this week to talk about A Quiet Place. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.